Right now, a wild day of weather across Wisconsin. Multiple tornadoes confirmed as high heat explodes into a severe weather outbreak. We'll recap it on News 3 Now at 10.
There it is! You're going to see it soon out there! You can see it, Brian! It's huge!
I can see it!
Thanks for joining us. The weather dominating headlines tonight. Multiple confirmed tornadoes and widespread damage. This video from a storm chaser near Toma. Right now, the state's Emergency Operations Center has elevated to level 3 in response to the storms. Looking back at the radar loop, this really was an impressive system.
And not just tornadoes. In addition, there were straight line winds, some hail, excessive rain, all of it playing a big role. And we spoke with the state emergency management about 20 minutes ago.
What we're working to do right now is to assess current conditions as they are on the ground and determine what resources may be needed from the state in order to help assist with those local responses.
Now, some of the worst damage we're seeing in Monroe County. This is video from Mauston. Our crew there says there are trees down, damage to multiple buildings, and power outages. And we'll have a live report from there in just a few minutes.
But first tonight, we are following breaking news from the Marcus Point Cinema on Madison's west side. Lane Kimball joins us now live with more about what's happening. Lane?
Eric and Charlotte, I have good news to report, at least right now. The scene largely clearing out. Madison police started packing up here about 25-30 minutes ago. But, you know, within the last hour or so, this was a much more busy scene. What I can tell you is that a woman that I talked with actually saw all the police lights and blocked off roads. And her first thought was, gosh, must be storm damage. Well, she quickly realized, along with other people, that something else much more serious was going on, or something else serious was going on. Now, to be clear, we don't have any confirmed details from Madison police just yet on what exactly went on. So what I can tell you is what I have seen and what other people have seen. Now, Madison police have been here at Marcus Point Cinema since at least before 7:30 tonight. They had the entire building surrounded. We saw at least 12 squad cars with lights on, an ambulance, also a fire truck here earlier. I talked with a woman named Kelsey Sutton. She came early around 7:30 to see a movie with her sister. She never actually got to go inside at all. She saw at least 2 officers with rifles and riot shields go in through the front door here at Marcus Point Cinema. And she talked with a few groups of people who walked out of the theater, and what they told her surprised her.
The groups that we talked to said that they had no idea anything was going on. Like, they let them finish their movie. And so when they came out, they were just kind of in shock, like, what is going on? Why are all these police cars? So I think that laughter that we were seeing was more of, like, shock.
Kelsey, there is actually a traveling nurse from Texas. She has been here in Wisconsin since March, and she says Wisconsin has been great, but of course tonight was a little bit unsettling. Madison police rather tell us they will have some information coming out soon on what exactly transpired here, so stay with us on air and online at channel3000.com. But again, here the scene at Marcus Point Cinema on the west side, right by the Beltline, largely clearing out and police leaving the area. For now, live on Madison's west side, Lane Kimball, News 3 Now.
Lane, thank you. And as we learn more, be sure to stay with News 3 Now on air and online at channel3000.com for any and all updates.
Now back to the weather story. We have live team coverage. Tahalil Mohideen is in Monroe County, but let's start with meteorologist Dana Fulton, who has had a very long day, with a look at where all of these storms are right now. Dana?
It has been a busy and active afternoon, not just in the weather office, but for folks throughout southern Wisconsin. Several severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warnings triggered from this line. This is a loop over the last 3 hours, and you can just see how quickly that line was moving east, just ripping across southern Wisconsin. Right now, we're seeing the heaviest rainfall still in parts of Jefferson County and stretching towards the Milwaukee area. In fact, Jefferson County, the southern edge of Dodge County, and the southeast corner of Dane County under a flash flood warning until 11:45 tonight. This because as those storms moved further east, they started to slow down and started to trail each other. So we saw accumulation totals climb up just in the last hour or so, quite a bit in Jefferson County. Totals over 3 inches right now. Some areas reporting up to 3¼ inches. inches. Now, closer to Lone Rock, we did see some rainfall totals in the 2 to 2.5 inch range, but most of the area closer to an inch of accumulation. The focus today was certainly on the high winds that came through and the confirmed tornadoes on the ground. Our storm reports can sometimes take a little bit of time to get into the system. Right now, you can see that line really stretching across Juneau and Adams counties and into Marquette County. That was a confirmed tornado on the ground that we were watching earlier move through. Near Boston, reports of damage. Near Partyville, reports of damage, and also reports of large hail for that area. High temperatures today were in the mid to low 90s. That's part of the reason these storms really strengthened as they moved in. The atmosphere was warm, it was unstable, and it was full of a lot of moisture. Temperatures now backing off quite a bit. We're in the mid to low 70s for Dane County and Rock County, about 68 right now in Mineral Point. Dew points have also pulled back. It does feel quite a bit less muggy outside right now. My good news for tomorrow, it's going to be a lot more quiet outside for Thursday. Plan on high temperatures in the mid 80s, still a bit above average, still warm, but mostly sunny, breezy, and it does look like we'll stay sunny through Father's Day weekend, but we'll take a closer look at what's ahead through your 10-day in just a few minutes.
In Merrimack, DOT camera footage showing the moment that storm rolled into the area. The rain was so intense you could barely see the ground. And when that initial blast of rain moves out, you can see the debris from nearby trees scattered around the road. And as we mentioned, some of the worst damage reported has been in Boston.
Tahlil Mohadeen has been there since early this evening. She joins us now live. Tahlil?
That's right, Eric and Charlotte. All evening throughout the city, we've seen down power lines, trees blocking roadways, and fallen street signs. Now, some of the more extensive damage has been here at this restaurant behind me, more specifically to the roof. The owners of Roman Castle Italian Grill say they were at home on their break when the tornado warning came, but that their employees were inside the restaurant as strong winds blew through the roof. Owners say they called the staff immediately to make sure they were okay, telling them to seek shelter in the break room until it was safe, staying on the phone the whole time.
They all remained calm, and they were all together in the room. But I'm sure everybody's nerves were there. We've had some bad weather before, but we haven't experienced damage like this from a tornado.
Elsewhere in Boston, several homes were also damaged by fallen trees. Street crews and utility workers have already been working to clean up what the storm left behind, but officials expect it'll take a while. Now, this restaurant has been in Boston for over 26 years, and owners say on the heels of COVID shutdowns and even a fire at the Italian Grill in 2013, it's going to be tough to cope, but they say they'll make it through. Reporting live in Boston, Tahlil Mohadeen, News 3 Now.
Tahlil, thank you. One of those tornadoes was confirmed by the National Weather Service near Toma. The video we're getting in shows several power poles on their sides, traffic being rerouted due to multiple overturned semis on the interstate. And just outside Toma, viewer video from rural Wyville. You can see the debris scattered around yards, downed trees, and damaged power lines. During our live coverage this afternoon, we spoke with the village president of nearby Oakdale, who says he saw the tornado.
Yes, I was on my way to make sure the storm shelter was open and looked off to the west, and it was right there, just going down through, and it just really looked rain wrapped and just heavy rain.
And all day, we've been receiving dozens of viewer photos. If you have any photos of storm damage that you would like to share with us, the easiest way to do so is to email them at tips@channel3000.com. For the most part, the city of Madison was spared, especially important with so many still without power from Monday's storm. Taking a live look at the current Madison gas and electric power outages, according to the site, 774 customers are currently without electricity. That's more than 48 hours since it first went out.
And the struggle to restore power in Madison hasn't been for a lack of effort. Madison Gas and Electric told us today crews are working 16-hour shifts, and that's on top of help from other utilities called in. Will Keneally reports.
We appreciate their patience.
MG&E usually provides customers an update on when they can expect power to return. Today it became clear, though, even an estimate was a moving target.
And we don't want to put something out there and have people expecting that, okay, it's going to be taken care of by this time, and then it's not, and, you know, well, what happened, what's going on?
Spokesperson Steve Schultz says Monday's severe storm was unique, not something that they've seen in decades. And the damage from the storm has greatly slowed down MG&E's efforts.
with the trees that have come down and the need to get tree trimming crews there before we can even really get at and assess the damage to understand what we're working with.
Crews have been working 16-hour shifts in 80 and 90-degree heat, struggling to get to each of the more than 300 outages that initially knocked out power to more than 20,000 customers.
They're holding up. They're staying hydrated. We're feeding them. You know, all that stuff that we can do to help. But yeah, they are doing tremendous work right now.
The MG&E crews are prioritizing the remaining 1,000 customers without power, starting with the outages that affect the most people. But there are no critical customers without power, like hospitals or other infrastructure. All that while keeping an eye on more storms predicted tonight.
If there are storms that come through again later this afternoon, this evening, that's going to slow the restoration work that we're still working on. And you know, it could lead to more outages depending on the severity of the weather.
Again, Will Keneally reporting, and in just the last 15 minutes, MG&E says it has just started listing some estimated restoration times for outages that impact more than one customer. So those single outages likely won't have power restored until midnight on Friday.
You can only sit inside a hot, humid, and dark home for so long. Some still without power are gathering together, proving misery loves company. Catherine Merck spoke with a few of them.
2 days without power has some people at their boiling point.
I got up that first morning and can't make coffee.
Gary Humphrey and his wife live near Shorewood Hills. When we met them this morning, they still didn't have power nearly 48 hours after Monday's storms.
It's tough. Of course, you know, you really miss everything.
The Humphreys certainly aren't alone.
This block that we're on is, you know, a good 100 years old, and I don't know of any businesses that have backup generators.
Crescendo Espresso Bar has seen customers come by for more than a beverage. They're simply seeking internet access.
I live down the street over there in sort of my home office. We've got a tree that sort of was on our neighbor's property and fell down across our garage and hit my office yesterday. So took down some internet lines, which is why I'm here.
But the business itself faced some of the same problems as their customers. Employees had to get rid of food and liquids they couldn't keep cold.
Having to throw away product is not fun. It's just literally money down the drain.
Pretty inconvenient, and it's a little bit of a wake-up, sort of how much our infrastructure can just go down when things go wrong.
It's a wake-up call for businesses and customers alike. But one Gary Humphrey hopes not to revisit tomorrow morning.
You don't realize how dependent you are on the electricity until you don't have it. And then you realize, boy, it's everything we do.
That was Catherine Merck reporting. Humphrey told us he's lived in his neighborhood for 30 years.
Said they've never lost power for so long like this before. The Espresso Bar says they are prepared for more outages if they happen again. Forward Madison soccer fans have to wait an extra day for their friendly with the German club SC Paderborn, which was scheduled for tonight. Weather delayed it until tomorrow night at the same time, 7 o'clock, and tickets for tonight will be honored tomorrow.
Madison street crews have been answering calls nonstop this week. So far, they've collected almost 120 tons of brush, and that number is expected to increase. Still a lot of pickup to be done. Crews are planning to prioritize trees that block any roadways and are working as quickly as they can to get things back to normal.
We have crews staying late today picking up brush. We got plenty more sitting out there as well. So it's going to be a few days because there's a lot to get, but we'll get it. Just, you know, a little bit of patience. We'll get there.
Staff is being diverted, staff from other duties to handle brush collection. Once collected, they'll make free mulch people can pick up. So far, they've taken more than 400 individual tree calls.
So, and anyone living in Monona, they too are offering storm debris pickup. The city asking anyone with fallen brush to just pile it up at the curb. Crews will pass through each street multiple times daily through July 1st. And as always, for all of our storm coverage, the latest forecast, check out channel3000.com or download our Channel 3000 weather app. Still ahead, the Madison School District updating its COVID policies. No more indoor mask mandate.
Plus, the fines could soon start to pile up for election investigator Michael Gableman. The latest when we come back.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all. making sure everyone felt welcome. Sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like butter burgers and fresh frozen custard. Greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care. Believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Oh, hey, it's me, Adrian. People choose Sono Bello because they can permanently remove your stubborn body fat in just one visit. After having 2 kids, my body changed a lot, and I struggled with my stubborn body fat. For me, as a busy mom of 2, when I discovered that Sono Bello had a mommy makeover package catered just for moms like me who don't have time to recover and need to get back in action, that's when I knew I needed to go to Sono Bello. Sono Bello removed my diet-resistant fat cells permanently in just one visit. There was minimal downtime, local anesthesia, so I was actually awake during the whole procedure. I deserved my mommy makeover, and you do too.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-952-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
The Grammy-winning songs, the Tony-winning movies, Ain't Too Proud, the life and times of the Temptations. At Overture Center, June 14th through 19th. Tickets at overture.org.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 25th and 26th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 25th and 26th in Spring Green.
There's a reason President Trump endorsed Tim Michels for governor.
I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs.
President Trump called Tim Michels an America First conservative who will support the Second Amendment, honor law enforcement, and stand strong against the woke mob.
If you want to see Madison turned upside down, then I'm asking for your vote.
Tim Michels, endorsed by President Trump for governor.
Tomorrow morning, we're looking ahead to a benefit golf outing in honor of my brother. Josh is in the 608 to share how you can help support students who are living like Levi.
And we're tracking some improved conditions. We'll have your forecast tomorrow morning, 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A grand opening celebration this morning for the Valor in Washington. Located on East Wash, the 6-story mixed-use building features 59 housing units for veterans and their families. 50 are for families with a household income of 30 to 60% of the county median income. The other 9 units are market value.
This new norm in affordable housing combines lower incomes and higher incomes so that they coexist into one state-of-the-art building.
Currently, all units are occupied. The first floor commercial space is being occupied by Great Lakes Dry Hooch, a veterans nonprofit organization. Next at 10, a Dane County judge issues a scathing ruling against Michael Gableman, the investigator hired by Republicans to look into the 2020 election in Wisconsin.
The judge accused Gableman of unprofessional and misogynistic conduct. Judge Frank Remington ordered Gableman be fined $2,000 a day until he complies with his earlier ruling. He also determined Gableman violated his oath as an attorney following his, quote, disruptive and disrespectful appearance in court last week when he scolded Judge Remington while on the witness stand. Afterwards, Gableman was held in contempt for refusing to answer questions under subpoena in the courtroom. In Milwaukee, the search for 2 missing men is now in its 3rd day after the men jumped into a fast-moving drainage ditch earlier this week to save a child who fell in. The body of 10-year-old Mohammed Arman Rashidullah was found yesterday. Crews are searching for his father and a neighbor and are now calling it a recovery mission. In our Road to Recovery headlines, the Madison School District says it's modifying its COVID-19 mask protocols. In a message to parents, the district says effective at the start of the summer semester, which is next Monday, it will transition from required use to highly recommended. This decision comes after continued reviews of current metrics and recent CDC guidance.
Also today, an FDA medical panel recommends both Moderna and Pfizer's COVID vaccines for kids 5 and under. Currently, that's the only U.S. age group still ineligible for vaccines. Now, the CDC still has to weigh in with final approval. They could be available early next week. Long and busy day. Let's get right to Dana. Get her home as fast as we can. It's been a long one.
It's still going to be a long evening, right? We still have to recap things. We got to check in, make sure that we know where teams are going tomorrow, because we have a lot of reports of damage right now. And the good news is we have quiet weather in the forecast right now, because there is going to be quite a bit of cleanup.
We need that.
We need quiet weather. We need some sunshine. We need just things to back off just a little bit from Mother Nature. This is the line that went through. Again, bringing quite a bit of hail to our area, heavy rainfall, high winds, and confirmed tornadoes on the ground. So I know there are a lot of folks that are looking ahead to the next few days to get things cleaned up and frankly, just to not be as hot outside and not as stormy outside. So I do have some good news in our forecast looking ahead to Thursday, Friday, and for the weekend. These storms all along a cold front, still seeing some showers at the edge of Jefferson County and the southeastern corner of the state, but our severe threat is over for the night. As this cold front pulls further east, the rain ends for us overnight, and we move into a quiet and dry stretch for us for Thursday and Friday. The sunshine going to return, and some good news. It won't be quite as hot nor quite as humid outside for us looking ahead to the next few days. The cold front doesn't cool us down too much, but we do back off just a little bit. Again, much quieter outside. Sunshine and smooth weather through the weekend. Will stay dry through Father's Day. Next week, temperatures climb back up to the 90s a few times, but even through the end of the week, we're expecting temperatures to continue to trend above average. Looking at our future track overnight, our skies becoming mostly clear by daybreak tomorrow. Temperatures will fall to the mid to low 60s for overnight lows. Afternoon highs will be in the mid 80s. So we pull back about 10 degrees for afternoon highs. Looking ahead to Friday, high temperatures will be close to 80 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So another really nice day expected for us on Friday. Tomorrow, 86 in Madison, mostly sunny, still a bit breezy, about 10 to 20 miles per hour, but we're not expecting those wind gusts to climb much higher than that. And again, very warm. That's about 5 degrees above average, but 86 is a lot more comfortable than 96. Looking ahead through the rest of the month, still very likely that we're going to continue to see temperatures above average, and that really drags us through the back half of the 10-day. A few days in the 90s, but even seeing temperatures in the mid to low 80s right now. That's still above average for June for southern Wisconsin. It does look like the majority of the country is going to continue to experience above average temperatures for the rest of the month. No alert days in the 10-day. Mostly sunny for Thursday and Friday, but breezy on Thursday, but calm for Friday. High temperatures will be close to 80 on Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, Father's Day, sunny outside, a little more humid, not too much though. Dew points climbing up a bit, so heat index readings will be near 90. Monday and Tuesday, we'll see high temperatures in the mid to low 90s. That means heat index readings expected to climb up a bit more, mid to upper 90s for us for the start of the work week. And then we have a chance for rain building in on Wednesday. That rain chance pulls us back down to the mid 80s. Not a big pullback, but still enough to, again, pull us out of the 90s. Overnight lows expected to be in the 60s. So the majority of the 10-day right now, again, expected to be a dry stretch, but it is going to stay warm outside for us as we start to look ahead at that point towards the end of June.
All right, thank you, Dana. Coming up, we're going to head up to the
state baseball tournament. We're going to Grand Chute Fox City Stadium. Ladies checking in on Cuba City and others next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a short drive to big adventure at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in the Port of Dubuque. General admission gets you access to all exhibits for 2 consecutive days. Plan your adventure at rivermuseum.com.
Did you know Masterforce has thousands of tools at Menards? Any tool Dad wants, we have. There are hammers, drills, pliers, levels, wrenches, grinders, sanders, compressors, nailers, workbenches, mowers, blowers, chainsaws, floor jacks, knee pads, work lights, fans. And that's just a taste. Come check out the wide range of products from Masterforce, exclusively at Menards.
Get the Planet Fitness Black Card, our most popular membership for zero enrollment and only $24.99 a month. With access to 2,000 plus locations, bring a friend every time you visit. I love friends. And relaxing massage chairs.
That makes me so happy.
The PF Black Card is your ticket to all the perks.
Look at that glow.
It's all natural.
It's this place, I tell you.
So get glowing and feel fit-tacular for zero enrollment and only $24.99 a month. Deal ends Wednesday, June 15th.
At Pick and Save, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. Because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
It was a dream. I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but I knew that the passion was going to make it not seem like work. JUPACA was really there for me, helping me kind of gain financial literacy, everything from the business loan to setting up the LLC. JUPACA really was a great guide and a resource for me getting this whole entire project off the ground. There's been a couple of classes when I'll walk in, and especially when it's the busy room and I start to get choked up. Those are the days when it's like, this is what I was supposed to do.
Arby's new Market Fresh lemonades are $1. Made with real fruit purees from real fruit, real cane sugar from real sugar cane, and real water from real water. Arby's, we have the meat.
It's time to climb, build, discover, and play at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium's newest exhibit. Live, work, and play in harmony with nature at Forever Forest. Now open. For tickets, visit rivermuseum.com.
The Brewers may be struggling on the diamond lately, but they did get a big win today. There's also some fantastic baseball going on to the north of Milwaukee this week.
Yeah, for the most part, it's been pretty bad lately for the Brewers. But Appleton hosting the state high school baseball tournament. And there's a team we are watching that's making a special run toward its first title in a long time. Zach Hanley was at Fox City Stadium and has more.
It was 67 years in the making for Cuba City. The Cubans back at the state baseball tournament for the first time since 1955. Their reward for snapping nearly a 7-decade streak, undefeated and top-seeded Amherst. But Kobe Vosberg did what he's done all season on the mound. The Cuba City ace mowed down the Falcons, striking out 13. And this one was scoreless until the 7th inning. And that's when the Cubans came up clutch. 2 outs, 2 strikes, no problem for Reese Rosenkrantz. He rips one in the left to plate 2, and Cuba City takes a 2-run lead. And then Blake Bussin came in and shut the door on Amherst. Cuba City moves on with a 2-1 win.
I think when you get that first, it takes a little bit of the pressure off because everybody wants to come home with something. But, you know, this team's had a goal. And this team is just, they play for each other, they grind, they just have done a great job this year. Just a great thing for these seniors and get to play one more time with each other.
I don't remember anything. It was just a great sense of like accomplishment, and I gave us a chance to win. That's all I could do.
So for the second time in school history, Cuba City is playing for a state championship. But this group wants to make their own history and win the program's first state title.
At Machinery Road Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of cycling apparel, shoes, and helmets from Perla Zumi, Castelli, Trek, Gore, Showers Pass, Terry, Bell, and Giro. There's no such thing as bad weather, just unsuitable clothing. At Machinery Road Bicycles, you'll find cycling apparel for all seasons, whether you're trying to beat the heat or stay warm and dry. Lots of great bargains. From commuting to triathlon, from quality basics to the gear the pros wear, and everything in between. The most beautiful bicycle store in the world, Machinery Road Bicycles has you covered.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Everything's so expensive, it's stretching our family thin. It never used to be like this. It's tougher on us to make ends meet because America's too dependent on China, and Ron Johnson's making it worse. He voted against cracking down on China with tougher trade deals and voted for tax breaks to corporations shipping jobs overseas, and even refused to punish China when it manipulates its currency. And Ron Johnson even defended shipping American jobs overseas. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
Your city, your place, your time, your favorites, your style. Discover the Madison Club. Award-winning cuisine, private event spaces, reciprocal club privileges, and a premier wedding venue. New member specials available.
It's Thursday's Daily Deals at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, 4 for only $5. Thomas's Original English Muffins, only $1.88. A tenderloin sandwich from Market Grill, only $5. And buy one, get one free 2-entree Chinese meal. Thursday only. For more ways to save on hundreds of items every day at Hy-Vee, check out our monthly catalog, our weekly ad, and scan the QR code to visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning, installing train equipment and servicing all brands.
And before we go tonight, we are going live to Khalil Mohadeen one more time in Boston, hit hard by storms today. Khalil?
At this mobile park, I'm told that roughly 6 families have been displaced. The unit behind me, actually not unique. You see that the lights are still on, and I'm told that the family actually had to leave this unit very quickly. Now, there's 4 of these units are unlivable. About 8 of them have trees on them. And I'm told that they're still trying to find some people in this community alternative housing. We're also told that because 2 of the motels in Boston have had roofs blown off of them, it is going to take some time and some effort to get these people sheltered overnight, but officials say they'll be out here as long as it takes.
Thank you to Khalil, and Dana's here with a final check.
A reminder, the National Weather Service will send out survey teams tomorrow to assess the damage. The good news, the weather does look quiet for the rest of the week heading into the weekend.
All right, Dana, great job today, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.